Seriously, Drum, people are missing. Alright, we are here with Future Car Buddyfight episode 16, i.e. gin and lasagna.
Yep.
And,
was it delicious?
Well, let's find out. We start with Zanya and Katsuki, his little brother, at their house mansion, whatever you call it. Japanese garden place. And the whole while, Zanya's wondering where Doai is and where Genma is, because they're both kind of missing. Which brings a whole bunch of questions, like, why did you let him go out there if you're just going to take the deck anyway? It literally had no actual purpose, especially since it turns out you took it and he got trapped because of it.
Yeah, and even his little brother's like, why did you take the deck? And he's like, I can't tell you, it's too dangerous.
I have my reasons. And I'm like, shut up, you do not.
Yeah, and so even his brother's like, well, Big Brother's gone insane, I better return this deck. Yep,
so he proceeds to steal it from the hiding spot, and I guess he just goes and tries to do it. So meanwhile, as in I assume next day, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't night by the time they were conversating in the Seifukai hut.
Their tool shed.
Yeah, freaking A. For a big group, they don't really have a big quarters. Anyway, they're conversating about Doai been missing for days, 2 days to be precise, which means that Genma has been missing for at least 4 days, maybe even a week.
Yeah.
Surviving off of dirt water and probably nothing else.
He's Zen mode.
Yeah, apparently Genma is the man. He is your hunter from the future.
Maybe that's why he looks like a JoJo character.
Maybe. Anyway, they're conversating about what they should do, and one of them brings up the note.
Yeah, someone left this note telling us that the deck was in the president's office. But who?
But who? Oh, I freaking wonder who. And then, I guess because they're stupid or something, Kiri has to point out Tsukikage's signature right at the bottom.
In big, bright red letters.
Almost like, they should have took that to mean, oh, Tsukikage must have written this. It's a kunai that is freaking printed with Tsukikage in the letter. How many other ninjas do they know in real life?
It's like when you see a joke thing where it's like from the desk of.
It's like that. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to take this seriously. And I'm like, no, we can't do that now. Like, no, do you really think it's Dimension Police Tsukikage maybe did it? Escape from Cray just to throw that in there to make the plot move?
He followed Aichi and friends when they crossed dimensions.
But anyway, so they decide that they have to pay Tsukikage a visit, and then wouldn't you know it, Zanya literally walks in immediately after he says that. Almost as if the show is trying to say, we don't need tension, we don't need, a thriller, we just need everything to get exposited as soon as possible.
These kids can't understand it.
Kids aren't smart enough to have suspense. We're just going to have everything just kind of appear.
So yeah, then Tsukikage even kind of calls Zanya out on being a freaking retard.
Well, what happens is Zanya goes in asking if they've seen Akatsuki anywhere. They say no, and he's like, okay, see ya. And then they're like, we got some questions for you first. Where's Genma's deck and all that stuff? And he's like, I can't tell you. Tsukikage tells them everything.
Yep.
Like, literally, as he's trying to be dramatic. You'll have to see, no one here can be taken seriously, except for Genma. And he's been in a freaking underground cave for the last 5 episodes.
Yep. And Noboru, but he's in
Noboru's gone, so that doesn't even matter.
So yeah, then everyone's like, well, are you gonna tell us what your super special plan is? And it's like, no, interrupted by the match.
And it's like, no, I got a match to go to, I can't do it, stuff, and I'll just trust me on this. And they're like, and then Gao's like, you know what, I'll believe it, as long as you tell me one thing. Is anyone going to be inconvenienced by this? And he's like, no. And he's like, okay, I believe you. And then everyone believes him, because apparently Gao is Jesus.
But oh no, his brother's missing.
Oh yeah, that's right, his brother's missing. And the match is about to start. What are they gonna do? Oh, I know. How about we have all the Seifukai Drum, who offers his smelling services to find him, and Gao all going out looking for him, while Kuguru, Baku, and Kiri run, I guess, dummy plan, in that they kind of stand in for Akatsuki while they go looking for him.
I love that Kiri not only can imitate a 6-year-old boy.
Well, he looks like a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah, but also they put him in the cheater box just to stand there doing nothing.
Literally just on his phone.
Yeah.
Just looking, just watching the match and just getting information from Kuguru as Kuguru tells Sonya what to do.
Better go on Tumblr.
Even though apparently she's not telling him what to do, because apparently he's not, quote-unquote, playing properly. I guess.
Yeah. Bleh. So yeah, then they go to the match and stuff, and they show the videos after everyone gets assigned their jobs. And Jin says one of the best lines. He's just like, maybe I should work on my image, since I just said in the video I play a spoopy deck. Hey. He asks his no-eye friend, like, hey, do you think I should work on my image? And she's like, do you really think you should be asking me?
It's almost like she knows she's dressed terribly.
And then, of course, Lasagna can't stand being in front of girls, so his whole entire thing resorts to...
Well, it is Paruko.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Just too afraid he's gonna get molested.
For some reason I can actually see her doing that. I just do.
Yeah, so, I wrote this down just for fun. Asmodee's in the audience, not shrunk, and also dressed up like 2 ninjas.
Well, remember, he's famous, you see, therefore it's okay. It's still stupid every time I hear it. Especially because the manga proves that that's not even a thing. Anyway, continuing, he explains the type of decks that they're using, sorta. And their match begins.
Jin opens with Hades Fall.
Yep. He uses Hades Fall right off the bat, and as Asmodee mentions how it's got to be a grade 1, because Anya is known to have a lot of size 1s in his deck. Shock of all shocks, that's exactly what it was. Meanwhile, at what's his face, President Somethingville, I guess he's just kind of given up on being a villain.
Yeah, she's like, where's the deck? He's like, I don't care.
I don't care anymore.
So she takes matters into her own hands, and she uses the Dark Buddy Force in order to see into the future, in order to find out where it is.
Yeah, because why was she doing that before?
Yeah. Also, she uses something called like Celestial Deity. Do we know what that card is yet?
We probably do. I don't care though.
Okay.
I really don't give a crap.
Yeah. It's right around here that
we would be talking more about the fight at hand, but there is really not much to go about other than what you exactly would expect. You know, you see Jin use the Return of the Underworld thing. You see Zanya using everything he has before. You see him set an impact early on, and of course the impact is going to be the thing that, you know, kills him, because during this whole game Jin has been using spells without being impacted.
And monsters without being impacted.
There's one for monsters. I think it's items, spells, and impact. But the point is, he never used an item, as far as I could tell. And I guess he never had one to use, because, well, he didn't use one. But he's been spamming spells all day. And he put something down there. It's either going to be items, or it's going to be freaking a weapon. I mean, item, or it's going to be impact. Why would you risk it?
Yeah.
Then he risks it, and he loses.
So we've determined that Jin is just an awful player.
Yeah, between that fight against Gao and between this, I think Jin is just kind of bad at this game.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah, it's around this point though that No-Eye girlfriend notices that
girlfriend.
Lasagna's playing weird. And then she notices that Kiri's in the booth.
Yeah, because it was so hard to tell that this guy who has a blue face is in the booth instead of, a kid.
Yeah.
Because remember, when Kiri, as you didn't notice, when Kiri is in that ninja suit, you basically see an eye and then lots of blue. It's like a shocker that it's not him, not Akatsuki.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this guy.
On his phone, surfing the web. The thing I want to know is, why did they call them out like, hey, they're cheating? Their cheater box does not have the right person in it.
Oh no, their cheater box is cheating.
Cheater box is cheating.
Call the National Guard.
They totally could have gotten him disqualified or something.
Could they really? They're only... Even this episode establishes that those boxes are only there for teammates to cheat.
Yeah.
Does it really matter who's in there?
I just thought, I would have tried if I was Jin.
You're a terrible person.
Hey, I'm the king of the underworld. What do I care?
I think that's why he didn't.
Anyway,
I mean, heck, he decides to use the fact that his brother isn't in there to try to psych him out.
Yeah.
But anyway, while all that battle goodness is happening...
The Seifukai is looking for a little ninja bro.
Yeah, Akatsuki, and Akatsuki is just hiding... I guess trying to get it back to the Seifukai, but... Then why did he hide from them?
We've also determined that little ninja bro is an idiot, because he also thinks, man, I hope that my brother didn't rat me out to the Seifukai, even though he doesn't know I took the deck.
Well, no, it's not even that, because he may know that he took the deck, but more the point of, he's freaking missing. This 6-year-old boy has just disappeared, and the only people who, know he's alive don't know where he is. I think he'd be concerned enough to start asking where he is.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have left a note or something.
Also, then he thinks, well, he sees himself on a tablet in the cheater booth, and he's like, wow, how am I there if I'm here? I must have used a ninja technique without realizing I used a ninja technique.
Oh, God, please.
So I must just be in spirit mode. I can't be caught anymore.
Clearly, this is the intelligence of people who like these kind of episodes of Buddyfight. No offense to the ones who do, but seriously. The people who actually defended episodes 6 and 9 probably have this kid's intelligence.
Yeah.
So there's nothing redeemable about those episodes, and you have to think that you can make yourself clone yourself
without realizing.
Without even realizing you did it.
Even Naruto realizes when he clones himself.
He also doesn't realize that someone snuck up behind him.
Worst ninja ever.
It's just like...
So yeah, then the vice president catches him.
But we don't know 100% why, and I say that because even though she used that fancy what's-the-thing to track him down, she seemed surprised when he pulled out the deck when they're, I guess, walking back to the president's office.
I think she just likes stalking little kids.
I don't even freaking know. It's just weird because it's like, yeah, she seemed shocked that he had it on him. Why was he there when she was supposed to be looking for something? And if she knew he had it, why was she surprised that he had it?
These people, I agree with Osmodai.
I agree with Osmodai too. This is how I feel. Why? I don't care if it's a kid's show. Consistency is not that hard.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard.
Also, Jim Buddy calls and Evelyn Hart says, "Blue fuck fire, blue flame fuck fire."
Yeah. Yeah, he says. Yeah, he said blue flame foxfire.
Yeah.
He's saying. I know he's saying blue flame foxfire, but he does not put much emphasis on the. Oh, so it sounds like a U. If you didn't hear it the first time, go back and listen to it. You'll probably hear it. Now, especially now that I said it, because it's very much. It's like Little Bitch Lulu all over again.
Yeah.
Except for that one, everybody freaking heard that one.
It's funny. I'm the only one who would never hear it because I didn't hear it this time, but I was writing stuff, so that's why.
But oh man, I remember Little Bitch Lulu. I think people commented on that one so much that I think Brushiro temporarily disabled comments for that video.
They've
because people
disabled comments
did they?
for that.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, so ever since they discontinued comments on that, I guess. Maybe that's changed recently. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just know then, because they had to censor it because almost every other comment was "Little Bitch at Lulu," and now it's gonna be Blue Foxfire. It's a weird world we live in, but that's what you get when you let Canadians do that, I guess. Well, not specifically Canadian voice actors, because the people who work with Bushiroad in the dubbing for this in Canada always mess up words. Remember Amaterasu?
They still say Amaterasu.
Oh God, Amaterasu. There's no emphasis on that. Why would you ever do that? There's another one that they do that too. There's a There's a Genesis card that they say really badly.
Chamomile.
Oh yeah, chamomile.
I know that's an actual way to say chamomile,
but it's not the way anyone uses anymore.
Chamomile.
Chamomile hasn't been used in like ages.
Unless it's like a French thing.
But enough of talking about how this dub studio has to learn how to use words.
Yeah. One thing I wrote down is that this whole entire match, Jin has been calling out Zanya. Like, he's like, oh, you can't play without your little bro cheating for you? And also, he's like, Zanya's like, oh, I fight for Katana World. And
yeah, it's funny. It's almost like those boxes just shouldn't exist or something. So anyway, while they're still looking, Baku sees... I was calling Amaterasu. Anyways, Baku sees Akatsuki walking with the vice president, and then they ninja away out of existence when Baku chases them to the corner. Because, you know, ninjas.
And also,
it's around then where she finds out he has the deck, and it's like, you can't tell me she isn't surprised, otherwise they wouldn't have done this. She went from regular eyes to like piercing eyes as soon as she saw the deck. Something is wrong here. That
and Zanya uses a size 3 at one point that freaking murders
oh yeah, Ashura. It's a very interesting card. I just love how when it attacks, it just takes all of his arms and just kills him.
Yeah.
Till he's dead.
Yeah, it's not even his monster. It's Jin he's attacking.
Yeah, just like all these arms. It's like he has all the arms going on so fast. I don't know if you can see it with the lighting, but it's like you can just see all his arms going down, and they keep doing it for like a solid freaking 10 seconds.
Good thing it's holograms. Otherwise, Jin would be freaking Swiss cheese. Except he does use a body replacement thing, but still.
It's just like, jeez.
Violence.
So violent. So yeah, he's like, well, okay, that's cool. Then he gets rid of Azura, and is about to use an impact. And like we said, because he's been using spells left and right this whole time, say it with me, everybody. He had the Crescent Moon impact set in that card.
Jin lost the match because of his own stupidity.
Yeah, like seriously, it was. I know it was a choice between either item or impact, but when you knew it, but since he knew that spell was not the wrong answer, why did he even risk it? I mean, yeah, he would have been in a bad position if he didn't, but at the same time, he is in a bad position because he used it.
Also, that almost overshadows the fact that one of the worst animation pieces in this is in this shot. Where it takes one frame.
Frame one? And because I don't want to get... literally the next frame, he just does this.
Yeah. One frame. Oh my god. Who in their right mind thought that was acceptable?
Literally no in-between. It goes from looking to the right, looking to the left, with no in-between.
Not even a motion blur. You could have at least done one extra frame where you had a blur so that it looked like his head's moving.
But no, it literally didn't even move.
This is the ABCs of animation mechanics.
This is true. This is... Oh, God, I know Zedric's bad, but come on.
I I can do better than this.
I could do it. Anyone.
Give me $300
No, you
I
don't
can
understand. A 5-year-old could do it. Any 5-year-old could, in fact. Because if you've ever seen a 5-year-old have a flip book that they drew in,
yeah,
they can do it better than this. It's not that hard to put in-betweens.
There's limited animation, and then there's this.
Like, a lot of people get killed crap because it doesn't have, like, top-notch animation, but it never did anything like that.
They at least knew how to use limited animation.
Yeah, if you can't have a thing move, don't have it so terribly move. Like, that was awful. No.
That was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I also like how Moonfang literally he cuts a moon in half, and then it kills him.
Yeah, not even him, he just cuts a moon. I was so closely connected to that moon!
So, yeah, Zanya wins. Who gives a crap?
And the president's eating takoyaki.
Yep, and surprise, surprise, turns out Drum was looking for
the
takoyaki the whole time. And they're like, that's what you're looking for? And he's like, well, of course. And I'm like, seriously, Drum, a kid is missing.
There is an Amber Alert in effect, and you are worried about food?
Not only that, he said he was going to use his nose to find him. Which means somewhere along the way, between that and that, he gave up looking for him and started looking for the food.
It's only been about 5 minutes that I've been lurking for this kid. Nah, it's not important anymore.
I don't even dare say that it was just a joke, because that's a terrible joke. They are looking for something. There's actual suspense going on. They're looking for not only the stack, but people who are missing. 3 people, in fact.
That's like making a dead baby joke when you find a dead body in the water.
Yeah, because Seibukai's leader and sub-leader are missing. This kid is missing.
6-year-old kid.
And they think that all this stuff might be linked together. And what is Drum doing with his finally having some words to actually say?
Actually having a point?
Oh, I found the freaking takoyaki.
You had one chance to have your purpose.
And no,
in your life.
he didn't. Don't say that he found them in the end anyway, because they didn't. Dohai and Genma are still missing, and
so was the kid.
Akatsuki wasn't in the room anyway. He was already back at the, I forgot what they called that.
Cheater box.
No, at the stadium. I forgot what they called it. I don't care.
Yeah, no one cares.
But it's like, seriously, he didn't even have that purpose, because
they found nothing.
They found nothing out, and they had no proof, because there was nothing there.
You had one job, Drum.
It's like, how can everyone in the show be so fundamentally stupid? Like, the vice president even she does stupid things, but you know what? At least she did something. She got the deck back. Oh, but here's the thing about that. It is also pointless. Because at the end of the day, when it got the deck back, what did it do? Apparently nothing, because they decided that Genma was the one who should have this dark deck core case. They didn't establish how.
Just said, oh, he should have it. Also, I love this part where,
long story short, Nori accuses them of cheating, and then there he is, and he says, what?
She calls him a freak.
Yeah, calls him a freak show, because apparently he was there the whole time. That was a weird placement. You gotta be faster on this uptake.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm like, okay, so Genma is freaking the one you guys wanted to have, the dark one. Oh, and by the by, I don't believe for a second that that's going to be the only one, before anyone says anything. Unless you're trying to tell me that this is Genma. I mean, I don't think you are. Unless you're crazy.
Yeah, Genma is totally half his size in that picture.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so, that's really where the episode ends, except for one other thing. Because if we didn't keep it a secret, when Atsuki and Zanya make up, and Zanya says you can give the Seifukai the deck back, showing once again Zanya had zero purpose in hiding it from the Seifukai, because nothing has changed.
She's gonna give it back anyway.
He's just gonna give it back anyway. No, nothing has changed between the beginning of the episode or the end of the episode, other than Jin lost, and I don't know what the point of that was. And surprise, surprise, the deck's not in there. And the reason it also doesn't make sense is because, well, they clearly didn't need any of them to win. The president and the vice president didn't need anyone in their groups to win, because the person that they decided who needed to be used, they already have. And based on the previews, he doesn't even get selected anyway, because Dohai is Tetsu and took the hit for him.
Yeah, everyone's getting reversed.
And so, yeah, I guess the next episode is going to be Dohai. He becomes a Borg and starts running around on his giant floating head.
We're gonna turn Genma evil. Oh wait, no, we're not. Tension. What's that?
Like, they could have at least not shown us those parts.
Yeah.
Like, there could have been so many other parts they could have shown us other than him literally getting turned. Like, you see him get hit by the deck case, you see him get the cyborg eye, and you see Genma beating up the president. Again, I think we're going to have to root for Genma from here on out. He's the only one making sense now that Noru's left.
Especially since he totally looks like he's straight out of JoJo or Fist of the North Star.
Or maybe he's the head of a disciplinary squad, Em. Ever think of that?
I just always thought his face structure, too. I'm crazy. Anyway, moving on.
He's the stereotype of a disciplinary squad leader.
Yeah.
That's why they always look like that. That's why JoJo looks like that.
Yep.
Anyway, so that takes me back out of this episode. Final thoughts, everything considered?
One thing, the pacing in this episode is terrible, like the episode with Tetsu getting thrown into the other world, where it's just, we're gonna cut between everything.
Tetsu? Tusk, thank
you, Tusk. Get my names confused. Anyway, yeah, it has that same problem where it's just, we're gonna keep cutting to different things over and over and over again.
This episode does have a bad case of that, more so than that episode.
Yeah.
Because you had the fight between Zanya and Jin, everyone looking for Akatsuki, and Akatsuki dicking around in the middle of town.
And even cutting back to the vice president.
Oh yeah, and the occasional cutback of the president eating dumplings. You know why? Because they had to establish that the dumplings were there.
For that one stupid joke.
For that one stupid joke that fell on deaf ears.
It's just to prove that Drum is even more incompetent than we thought he was.
Now, you know there's some people who like him, but it's like, as he is now, you can't. Like, you can appreciate his potential. I can understand that. But as he is now, there's no way you can justify liking him at this point. He has done nothing important.
He's more unlikable than the leads of the Wolves of Wall Street.
Sure. But yeah, he's literally done nothing important. He's helped no one so far. And in fact, he effectively led him on a wild goose chase, as they've passed him several times in the episode. And Drum wasn't doing a thing. He was looking for those freaking octopus dumplings, those takoyaki this whole time. And I'm like,
fail.
Kid is missing, and two other guys. Look for them first. Get your damn dumplings later. So I guess that means you're not a huge fan of this episode.
It wasn't unbearable, but it was bad to okay.
I guess that's a good word for it. I liked where it could have gone. I liked that it almost gave us plot. But then it kept cutting away its potential for a plot. Like, even the little plot we got for the next episode was spoiled. Like, because we know that Genma is not going to be now, because we saw Dohai take the hit in his place.
This isn't a story. This is a sequence of events.
Yeah. And I hope that this changes, but I fear it won't.
Also, another thing. Every time they had potential to do something, it was undermined. Like, I really liked how Jin was in this whole entire episode. Until he did the stupidest thing in the world. Like, the whole entire episode, Jin was being so cool. He was just like, oh, I'm so smooth and stuff, I'm gonna insult you the whole way through, I'm gonna wreck your shit, and then I'm gonna play this impact card like an idiot.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with his coolness factor.
Well, he went from being actually cool and kind of threatening.
I think you mean he went from being competent to not.
Yeah.
Being cool and being good at playing the game are two different things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree that he was being competent up to that point, because seriously, as far as I could tell, none of their decks were more than maybe 4 weapons. I don't even think we saw a weapon from Jin's side. If we did, I just forgot.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like, chances are he wasn't setting it down for a weapon.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's about it. Long story short, the episode is okay, but you will be taken out of the story a lot. So really just watch it for the fight. Because up until that last point, it's a pretty okay fight. If not very predictable.
For me, it was okay to bad. I did not like this episode.
Yeah, very predictable fight. Pretty bad plot. What are you going to do?
Drum, you're an asshole.
So, Vanguard will be soon.
Yep.
So, till then, smell you later. Do 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 do.